Yay, we're live. Okay, Easley, Texas Art and Soul, owner and founder of Paint Party Headquarters, and we are talking about all things paint party business, paint parties online, paint parties in person, and art kits. So we have one of our members here, Laura. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me, Heidi.
Okay, so your business is called, tell them what your business is called.
It's called Whimsical Brush Creations.
Awesome. Okay, so what's kind of like, I guess what I want to know is, what did your life look like before you started doing this paint party adventure, and what is it looking like now?
Well, when I first joined, I'll be honest with you, I was still taking care of my father-in-law here at home. He has recently since passed, but I didn't get into it, and I didn't do it because I just couldn't leave the house. But I still kept watching you, and I still kept learning. Then I went to your live and down there in Texas, and it changed my life totally. I came back, I booked and booked and booked, and I ended the year on an awesome note. January wasn't good, which I knew that it probably wouldn't be after Christmas and everything. And so, but I went about in January booking for February, March, and April. So I'll be honest with you, I had probably 12 parties on my books when COVID hit.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I was booked March and April solid, and I had people paid everything. And then I just had to learn to pivot. And thankfully for you, you taught me how to pivot because I was lost.
So, okay. So for all of y'all out there, I mean, yes, there will be a time when we have in-person parties again. I cannot wait to put on my cowboy boots and go teach a party. And
Me too.
So ready. But I think what it's been showing a lot of people is that we can make several different ways of making income. So now you had all of those parties. Obviously, I had parties too. We all had parties that we had to put on hold, to cancel, to reschedule. So what is happening now in your business?
I immediately went and I started making kits. I sold some for the adults, but honestly, most of mine were to the kids because they were so bored and they needed something to do. And I did. I sold tons of kits. I did porch pickup. I would meet somebody at a parking lot and they would take out of my trunk, or I would put into their trunk. I mean, there was no touching of anything other than, them switching back and forth. And that's what I did for the longest time. And I also do signs. So I kind of still did my kits, but instead of just signs like welcome and stuff, I started putting my art onto signs. And that helped. Yeah, that helped tremendously. I don't know if you guys can see like some of them behind me, but that's what I started doing. And
what's that wooden one behind you? The wooden one that has your name on it? What is that one?
Can you see it?
Cute. That's your business logo.
That's my business. Yes. My husband actually had that made for me for Christmas.
That is so sweet.
Yeah, he is a sweet one. But so I started doing both. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I have it's a free virtual paint party this Thursday, tomorrow night. But I also offered, because all of us around here, not a lot of things are open back up in Illinois just yet. Right. Mm-hmm. So there's not a lot of product out there. So I offered, it's a free, if they already had the stuff or they wanted to just paint on paper or whatever. But if they wanted the kit, I did a kit together, and I'm doing either porch pickup or I'm meeting in a town, and I sold it for $20.
Awesome.
So, I'm still making the money, mm-hmm. but it's a free one. It's getting people to do it. Honestly, I was one that didn't want to go live. I'll be honest, I didn't. But now it's no big deal. I love it.
How many people watching right now are terrified to go live? I just want to know in the comments how many people are watching, because and Laura, why? Okay, so what made the difference between why you were scared and now you're doing lives and you don't care?
The unknown. Honestly, the unknown. I didn't know if I was going to have the followers. I didn't want to be talking to a blank screen. Yeah. I mean, and honestly, what you do is you get you friends and you have them watch with you until you kind of get comfortable. Mm-hmm. And you can do it, just set up a private group and do it on your own just till you get comfortable, or else just put it out there. I mean, my last live that I did, I actually had a live sale for my signs, but the last live I did, I was on there for an hour and I had tons of people. And it that actually helped me. But just, guys, if it scares you, that's okay. Just do it.
Yes.
Because it does get easier. Honest, it does.
Oh my gosh. So I think every single person in the comments, except for Sherry, depends on what the live is for, but everybody else is in the comments. Oh, Sheila said, not anymore. Good job. Everybody else was like, me. Because I know that is a big fear when you are pivoting from going from in-person parties. You know, you finally get used to that and you get excited about that. And then all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, I got to go live. Mm-hmm. It can be traumatizing. So I'm so glad that you did pivot, and I'm glad that you had all that success at your parties, because now once all of this, you know, is kind of back to normal, you know, we'll kind of start going back to normal. Then you're going to be able to pick up right where you left off, but now you're going to have these other methods too. So
yes, I am so glad. And I honestly, I had a lot of them that they didn't want their money back. So I just stuck it in my savings account because they want this to happen. I had 2 fundraisers that were set, and I've still got all their money because they really want this to happen. I've had so many people say, I can't wait till we do this again. I can't wait till we do this again. And honestly, I have a blast doing my paint parties. I have a blast. I have a lot of repeat customers too. Yeah. As I'm sure a lot of us do that have been doing it for a little while. So it'll get there, guys. My first ones, I think I had maybe 3 or 4 people. Mm-hmm. But then after that, it gets out there and people will come. Yeah. It's
just practice. And I think so many times we want, in this culture, we want things to happen overnight, right away. Everything has to happen right now, or we're bad at it. You know, and we forget there's a learning, there's a process. You got to practice and get good at things. And
yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that is so awesome. So what would you kind of tell anybody out there that's like nervous about doing online paint parties, selling kits? Maybe they're wanting to join Paint Party Headquarters, but they're freaking out and they're not sure. What advice would you give them?
I would say just do it. If you're afraid, it's okay to be afraid, guys. But just get out there, step out there, and Heidi will guide you. Guys, trust me, I didn't have a clue. I hadn't painted since I was in high school.
Oh, wow.
At my high school, because life
that was just a few years ago. So,
oh yeah, just a couple. Yeah. But you know what, guys? I got back into it, and it just, for me, it relaxes me. I get to get out there. My husband, I love him to death, but he is not a people person. And so, you know, going out and about is just, and so me getting out there and being with my people for my paint parties, it was so nice because then I get that interaction that I need.
Yes.
And, you know, I've made more friends. I have, whether it be at my paint parties or through PPHQ, there is some amazing women in this group. And guys, this group is not a negative group. This is a family. Yeah. And that's exactly how I feel. You guys have, you know, whether it be Heidi that's guided me or somebody else has done something and it's helped me, and we're just all good. I mean, it's very family oriented in here and I love it. So just pull the trigger, do it, guys. It's not like you're, you know, gonna, in a year from now, you guys won't know why you didn't do it.
Yeah. I know. I think that's what people like once they get over the fear, because really it's not about the $35, because $35, you know, when you're looking at stuff that we all go buy every day or go out to eat, the $35 really isn't the thing. I think the fear is if I put this money down, then it means I have to be successful. And what if I'm not successful? Then I'm going to fail. And then I'm going to feel like I'm rejected. Like all of that kind of stuff seems to come up for people.
But you know what? If you get out there and you try and you fail, learn from it and just move forward, guys.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, nobody's perfect. There's only one perfect person. We are not perfect. And that's okay. We're not meant to be perfect. So if you have a mistake, learn from it, and move on. I mean, it's great. I wouldn't be where I'm at if I hadn't stayed in and just pushed through on my fears.
Yeah, man. And you're such a good example of that.
Well, thank you. Like I said, I'm not one to, I don't like to sit and do learning books. I have to be out there doing, and I love it because that's what I get to do.
Mm-hmm.
Is it frustrating sometimes? Yeah, it's frustrating. And you're going to have a party that doesn't go, but that's okay. I mean, Heidi even has, as long as she's done it, she still has parties that there's nobody there. She has to cancel. So, guys, it's okay. Just get out of your own way and just do it. And like she said, 35 is not the issue, it's the fear. But guys, when you became a mom or whatever, you didn't know what to do. So just do it. I mean, it will be there for you.
I still don't know what to do half the time as the mom.
I don't either. I've had 5 kids and I still don't know.
Yeah. And I love that Laura said, I'm very, very transparent in Paint Party headquarters. And I'm like, guys, I just had a party that canceled. Like, you will have parties that cancel. It does not matter how successful you are or how many years. I've been doing paint parties over 10 years. Have taught thousands of people, and I still will have a party that doesn't make. And that is normal. It's kind of like owning a restaurant and you have, I know that's a bad example at this point, but it's like any business, right? I didn't mean to say that, but it's like any business, you're going to have times when it's ups and downs and all of these things, but then you're going to have times when you can book, a massive amount of parties in a certain time. I know, we talk about in person. Well, that's going to be the same for online as well. Online, you're opening yourself up now to 1.73 billion daily Facebook users. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't need 1.73 billion Facebook people trying to teach a paint party to. 20, 30, that's great. More is awesome. Less is even good, but you don't need all of everybody in the world to be successful. And I think that's where people compare themselves and they think, I got to be at this level. You don't, I mean, my whole goal with this paint party adventure is making money so my family can travel, because I love to travel. And my husband's like your husband. He's loving this introvert life, like loving it. Where I'm like, I need a paint party. Like, I need to see people.
You need interaction. We all do.
Yes. And isn't it kind of strange how in a virtual paint party, you still have that interaction feel?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. I mean, I know we do Zoom a lot and the classrooms have turned into Zoom, but you know what, guys, you still have the interaction just on a Facebook Live because people comment. They send the little hearts or the little thumbs up or whatever.
We love those.
We do. We love those thumbs up. Yes. So, they're still there for you. And I don't know why I was ever afraid to go live, because I'm not standing in an audience looking out at all these people. Yes, they're there, but I'm not seeing them. And so if that's your fear, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Guys. It'll go away.
It'll go. It's just part of it. All right. Well, any final thoughts before we bring Yesenia on? We have another Paint Party headquarters member we're going to bring on. But before we let Laura go, any final thoughts?
No, just do it. Heidi is great. And if it's not something for you, that's fine. But if you're really wondering and thinking, should I, just do it. Just pull the trigger and do it. And let Heidi guide you.
Yeah, we have so many women in there too, ready to help welcome you. And we're just excited. So
yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Laura, for being here. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Heidi. Good luck, everybody.
Talk to you soon.
All right.
Okay. So now so let us know in the comments, what was your biggest takeaway from Laura? So Laura, like I said, I met her in life at Paint Party Business Live. We do that. Last year was our first year, and we're doing it again at Dollywood this year. And we have just so many awesome women just like that. So I'm going to bring on another one. So let us know your biggest takeaway. And then also I'll try to answer some questions at the very end. And let's have Yesenia come on. Are you ready, Yesenia? Okay, let's see. Yay, there she is. Hi, how are you?
Good, and you?
Good. Okay, so go ahead and tell us first off your business name so people know where they can find you.
Oh, my business name is Bliss Artz, Art with a Z in the end. Yes, like that.
Okay, awesome. I want to make sure I have it spelled right. Okay, so y'all show her some love if you don't mind in the comments. I know sometimes it's really nervous when you get on a live like this. And so let her know that you're here and tell her hi for me, please. And then if you could just share with us a little bit about what your life looked like before paint parties and what your life is looking like now.
Wow. Now the only thing I can say is that now my life, I have more hope than before. Yeah, so Paint Party headquarters has given me more hope in like building my own business and just being more successful in what I love to do. And that's what I'm very grateful of Paint Party headquarters and also the community, the like-minded people that we like to share things. I see a lot of people sharing, commenting, giving people advice, and I mean, I just love the community. It's a very positive environment, and people, they try to help each other. That's the nice thing about having a community of like-minded people.
Yeah. Okay. So you don't have to share if you don't want to, but what's the story on the hope? So you said it's giving you more hope. I mean, again, you do not have to share. So I know I'm putting you on the spot. So
Well, I have credentials in art education. Well, in art, I am an elementary art teacher. You know, you plan things when you're in college, they don't go the way you planned them, or the things you were expecting to have at a certain age. So, you know, things didn't really go that way. I am an elementary art teacher, but it's not what I was really expecting when I was in college.
mhm.
And I felt I needed more. I needed to grow more. I felt that where I am right now, I wasn't really growing, or like year after year, I kept doing the same thing over and over again. And then I have the summer, and then I have the winter break, so I have time to do other things. And then when I found out about Paint Party Headquarters, you know what, I can do this on that time. I can start my own thing,
Yeah.
and that's where I got into it. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to join. And I know a lot of people don't like spending like money like on memberships, but I decided to make that choice to join because, honey, you know, I'm going to be learning. It's going to be a journey, and by being part of the community, it makes things a lot easier than trying to figure things out by myself.
Right.
And that's where the whole like having more hope, just to start my own thing and like just being part of a community and just knowing that as I continue in this journey, you know, I will be able to grow more and more.
That's
And I'm
awesome.
just very grateful for that. Yeah.
Well, you just have such a bright smile. And I think like, I remember like I was a teacher for 10 years. And so I remember elementary art teacher. I've taught all grades, but I had most of it in elementary art with 850 kids a week. And I think it's true. Like a lot of times, we graduate college. I didn't graduate with a teaching degree. I had to go back and get my alternative certification. But I think sometimes going into the teaching field, it's sometimes not exactly what we were expecting.
Yeah.
It's like we think that we're doing this. I remember so sometimes in Texas, believe it or not, it can get cold in North Texas. And so I remember it was like little snow flurries. And I'm out at 7 a.m. with all bundled up doing traffic, because as teachers, especially art teachers, they put us on like traffic duty and they have us do all these little extra things. And you're like, I'm trying to prepare for 850 kids to come into my room and I'm standing outside in 20-degree weather. Like, just a lot of things that a lot of times you don't think are going to be part of your responsibilities.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you can relate.
Yes, I'm sure we can.
So tell us, so I know in-person parties have kind of been put on hold right now. What are you doing kits? Are you doing virtual parties? What are you doing right now?
Well, I have done painting kits, and I've been able to sell a few already. And I've been doing virtual paint parties too.
Awesome. Congratulations. So tell us what is your virtual paint party like? How many did you have? Are you just now starting this? What's going on with your pivot?
Well, I started last month. I did one last month. It was very successful. People were excited, and people love being part of that community of like-minded people. And I'm going to do another virtual paint party this month. And I have also been doing the painting kits for the kids. And I've been getting a lot of requests from people. People are really, parents are trying to keep their kids busy right now, and there's a lack of art materials in the stores right now.
Right. Yeah.
It's them out.
Yeah. I think too, like I was talking about this last night, as art teachers, art people, creative people, like we're kind of like art hoarders in a sense where, we have probably more paint than we ever need. We have more brushes than we ever need. So a lot of times we can put kits together just based on what we have at home. Is that kind of what you're finding out?
Yeah, so I've been using the paint that I have at home, extra brushes that I was not using on my paint party. So I'm including those brushes in the paint kits. Yeah, so I've been using the paint that I have at home, and I'm thankful because there's no paint at the stores right now. There's crap paint.
We are lucky in Texas. So we still have paint, but I have seen some pictures where there is no paint. So that makes me, it makes me sad, but then it also makes me realize how important art therapy is, right?
Exactly. I've been feeling exactly the same wow, like I feel grateful. I feel more appreciated as an art teacher with all the craziness that's happening right now.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Let us know in the comments where you're at and if you have paint in your area. Because I am just so curious because we have people from all over the world that watch these. And we have some areas where they're not having any trouble, and then some where there's like empty shelves. And I just want to know where you're at, what is happening in your part of the world. So Yesenia, could you, before we bring Laura back on and we'll have all three of us together, could you just share a little bit about like doing a Facebook Live, and was it terrifying? Are you feeling better about it? Do you have a tip for people? Because I think that's been one of the biggest hangups.
Okay, so before the whole pandemic thing, I have tried doing Facebook Lives, but I only did them on the members private group. I only did like about 2. Then I stopped doing them because I do get nervous and I do get shy. But I'm very thankful for this time right now because this time it pushed me to actually do a live on my business page, and I already did 2 lives, and I'm very grateful for that. Sometimes I wonder if I would have done the lives without this, but it pushed me. And things that I have learned from doing the lives is that they don't have to be perfect. Some people think that they have to be scripted or that they have to be perfect, but they don't have to be perfect. I think people, they like that's live, that you're being yourself. I think that's how people get connected, because you're being yourself. Sometimes things can happen, or your cat walks in or something, or your kid. But that's what makes it alive. And it doesn't have to be perfect. And now I've been getting questions from other girls like about going live, and I told them, it doesn't have to be perfect. And let's say like you're planning something that you want to say, well, feel free to say, okay, so I wrote it down my outline, and I want to check that I'm covering everything. That's okay to say those things. That's totally fine. Doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah, thank you for saying that, because so many people, like, they're like, okay, I'm gonna go live and I need to be a robot, and this is how, like, people don't want to see that anyway. Like, people want to see who you are, and what I was so awkward when I first started doing my Facebook Live, so awkward. And I still, am still kind of a mess on them, but it does get easier, it gets better. But I'm with you all the way. I feel like people, and let us know in the comments if you're that way. Like, I feel like people really want to see, the real you. And that makes me really proud when I meet people in person, because they're like, you're exactly who you say you are, and I want that, because again, if you're going to go on a live, especially if you're going to do this long term, you're trying to pretend you're somebody you're not, it just doesn't work out. It's not going to work out for long. So yeah. Okay. Any final
Yeah.
thoughts on that before we bring Laura back on?
Well, just do it. Just do it. If you want to go live, just do it. I think a lot of it has to do that people feel that they're gonna get criticized,
Mm-hmm.
but it's better to just do it. I mean, it's good to have that community. You're gonna get the community that like your thing. I mean, in the end, we're human beings. We're not perfect. So, I mean, I know that not everybody's gonna like me, but that's part of being a human, that you're not perfect, and people love that connection when you're being yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so true. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh. Okay, so let's get Laura back on. I love this. I feel like we're like doing something real official right now. It's like so cool. Okay, so these are just two of the many, many members in Paint Party headquarters. And we just wanted to highlight them and share with you just a little bit about like why we love this group so much. I mean, I feel like y'all are giving me just as much as I'm giving y'all. You know, when I first created Paint Party headquarters 2 years ago, I had no idea the beast that it was going to turn into. And so now I just feel so grateful that, you know, y'all are a part of this as well as many other women. So I just want to say thank you so much for being here. And just, you know, people that are on the fence about joining Paint Party headquarters, as you know, we close the doors at midnight tomorrow night. We won't open them up to the public again till fall, September, and the price will be higher. So it will not be this price because I've added all of my painting designs for online use only. Well, sorry, let me rephrase that, for online use and in-person use and art kit use, because I wanted to make sure you could get what you needed for everything that was happening. So anybody that's on the fence and you have questions, ask. We'll try to get to those. But are there any final thoughts from y'all? Do you want to go ahead and start, Yesenia, and then we'll end with Laura?
Well, I just want to say that I'm grateful to be part of Pink Party headquarters. There's so many creative women in the group, and sometimes when I have a question or if I'm wondering, oh, how should I do this, or what's the best thing to do, or then I just go to the group and I'm able to ask that question. Then I get all these like creative people, and they give me a lot of ideas, and that's the great thing. Like I said, having that community, you're able to share ideas. If you feel stuck on something, you can just put it on the group, and then you will get the help instead of trying to figure it out on your own. It's just a lot easier to be in communication with like-minded people who are going to be able to help each other be successful in our business.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know that's the thing. Like, you know, we have, okay, so in Paint Party headquarters, you get the app, like where you can have Paint Party headquarter trainings on your phone. But then you also get this community. So we have a private Facebook group. And I purposely, no matter how much we grow, I purposely have it to where you can immediately ask questions. So with that, of course, you know, we have some rules around that. It's not a buy, sell, trade page. You can't just try to sell your products and do all of that. But the coolest part is like Yesenia said, she can literally type a question and within minutes, she's getting immediate support from either me, from, you know, Julie, from, you know, Brendan on our team, or even from the hundreds of women in there. So I think that's been like something that I really, really try strongly to keep that open, because I want y'all to be able to have that immediate like help if you need it. So yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so what would you say, Laura?
I say I have to agree with her. This is, I mean, there are so many people that will help you, guys. When we had to pivot and we had all the kits that everybody was trying to do, everybody was sharing what they were doing and what was working. And I mean, we had the drawings. We had some very talented women who put together face or kits and took pictures of each one of them. And guys, that's what this is all about. It's like I said, yes, it's $35, but what you get is not only Heidi and Brendan and the rest of her team, but you get a whole bunch of us in here who have either been where you're going, or we can help you. I mean, that's what
Mhm.
we're all here for, guys. It's not, I'm against Heidi and I'm against, whoever. We're all in this together. And it doesn't matter if you have someone else in the same town or nearby. I mean, we're all in this together and we help each other out. And that's what I love about this is just the family. Like I said before, the family. It's the family in here.
Yeah, and I love that because I've been asked many times, like, why are you training up your competition? Why are you telling them what you're doing? And I'm like, there's 1.73 billion people online. Like, seriously, like, we need more artists and creatives, doing that and teaching. And, my whole mission is sharing God's love through art. And I am only one person and I can only reach so many people. But when there's other people, not everybody's going to gravitate towards me. Not everybody's going to love the way I teach, but they might love the way Laura teaches. They might love the way Yesenia teaches. And if she's out there able to do that, and again, whatever mission you have in life, whatever your strong reason is, because when you do something like this, it takes persistence, it takes, consistency, it takes discipline. You can't go live one time and go, why didn't it work? I did it, Heidi. Why didn't it work? Like, you got to keep doing it. And that's what we're here for. I'm here to keep you going, whatever stage you're on. So we have 5 stages in Paint Party headquarters, all the way from the hopeful artist, very beginner, just starting to paint, to the dreaming artist, the confident artist, the techie artist, and now to the money-making artist. And then from the money-making artist, it's not like, yay, you made some money, see ya. No, like, my job is to help you see the possibilities of what is out there online, what you could do to the next level. And then when people start opening their minds, and what has happened during COVID, during a very unfortunate time, has brought a ton of our Paint Party headquarter girls to see why I've been telling them to do Facebook Lives, all these things I've been like telling y'all, you should do this. This is really good. And then now they're like, oh crap, yeah, maybe I should have been doing that sooner. So I'm just so happy that y'all are hopeful. You're seeing the possibilities, because really it's endless if you open your mind to what is out there. So let's go ahead and end with any final thoughts, and we'll go ahead and close. So Yesenia, you want to go first?
Well, I just want to say that I'm grateful, and the money that I am investing in Paint Party headquarters, it's been worth it throughout this whole time. I have applied a lot of your teachings to my business, and yeah, I mean, it has made my business grow more. I have been able to get more customers. Even the whole virtual paint party, the videos of how to do it, I mean, that was very helpful. So it's worth it if it's something that you want to do in your life. If it's something that you're trying to achieve, then it is worth it to pay, for a membership where you're gonna get where it's gonna help you. It's gonna help you throughout that journey. It's gonna be faster, and you're gonna have that community too. Yeah, so it's worth it if it's something that you want to do in your life.
Yeah, that's awesome. And for those of y'all that are doing virtual paint parties and art kits now, you literally can take my design. We have a beautiful step-by-step instruction. It's almost like a drag and drop. You literally just grab it, download it, put it into your party, and you're ready to go. So it's not like you're having to recreate all of this stuff. So yeah, it's just my goal as a paint party business owner myself, and doing virtual paint parties myself, is like, what are the things I use every day? And that's what we create in there to try to help you. So what about you, Laura? Any final thoughts before we go?
The only thing I just keep repeating, guys, just take the plunge and go. You will not regret it, because it is a family. I have watched Heidi's on some of the things that like I said, it's been a while since I did this. So then I went back and I watched all Heidi's things, and then it came back. But she teaches how to do a lot of these guys in person. I mean, on her lives and her videos. Guys, if you have a doubt, go to YouTube, click on Heidi, find her, the ones that she's got out there for everybody to see, and watch her. Guys, she's a good teacher. She's a person just like us. And one thing I have to say about, if there's more than one person in your city or your area or whatever, we each are different. So who likes me may not like somebody else, or who likes somebody else may not like me, and that's okay, guys. You know, you're not in this to get the masses to you. You're in here to get the people that connect with you. Be yourself and have fun. That's all I got to say. Be yourself and have fun.
I love that. And it's true. It's not, and again, I will stress this until I die. It's not just about making money. I mean, it's about having these adventures, meeting new people. How can you change somebody else's life through art? And so I think sometimes we just seriously like think it's all about the money. It's not. Like, yes, the money is a byproduct of us using our talents to do something great, but there is no way any of us could get up every day and consistently be, persistent, consistent, and have that discipline if it was only about money, because that literally, we all know that comes and goes, right? But when you have that strong passion of, whatever it is, mine sharing God's love through art, and my alarm goes off, that's, yes, I snooze it, but after I snooze it 3 times, then I'm up and I'm ready to go for the day. Anybody else a snoozer? I'm like the worst. I'm like, it was 8, it was 8:10, it was 8:20, it was 8:30. So anyway, we are so excited to welcome you. And again, if you have any questions, let us know. I'm going to be back live and painting a little bit later today. And then we're going to have a couple more members sharing their stories. So I can't wait. And I just want to say thank you, ladies, for taking your time out, sharing your stories. We really appreciate you.
Thanks, Heidi.
Thank you. Thank you so much for opportunity.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad y'all are here. And just the last thing I want to say is just whether you join Paint Party Headquarters or not, watch the stuff I have out there for free right now, because the masterclass will be going away tomorrow at midnight, as well as the 3 videos on Paint Parties Online. So those will be housed inside of Paint Party Headquarters. So if you're like, I'm not really sure, at least watch that stuff before we put it away and we put it into Paint Party Headquarters. And we're so, so happy. And if y'all don't mind, real quick, just leave your final takeaway from both of these women. So if you could just in the comments, put your final takeaway. I'm sure they would love to go back and read what you say as well. All right, guys, y'all have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.